Hello guys, I'm Tyler75 the Chew Spotter. It is Tuesday, February 12th, 2019. And it's going to be like a little rant and a story on the 26 years since the James Bulger case murder. Now before I start this video, if you're one of these people who don't like my rants, don't like my videos like this, if you guys like my train videos, but if you don't like my rants, and you gotta call me names or something, well guess what? Get the fuck out of here. Why are you watching my video in the first place? Why are you watching it in the first place? Because you're just gonna waste your time, watching my video. This is you might do. You go into my video, you're gonna comment random things like, oh, you're a fag, you're a stupid idiot, go fuck yourself, go kill yourself, man. You should be making train videos, that's what your channel's about, make train videos. Post it and leave the video. That's what you might do. That's just you're wasting your phone credit and your bloody internet. So, yeah, my videos might be a little long. This video might be long, but just watch the entire video. If you don't want to watch a long video, just go to the next video or go wait for my other train videos to come. Alright? Just like I said on my bloody Gareth Southgate rant I've done back in the summer of 2018, yeah? I told you, warned you guys at the thumbnail, disclaimer, don't comment shit, otherwise I will block you and report you. Alright? 3, 2, 1. You better be gone now. If you're still here, you better respect my opinion then. You better like this video and comment nice. Don't comment rubbish comments. Thank you. Right, we got the disclaimer out of the way. Let's begin the video. Now, today is 26 years since the murder of James Bulger, yeah. You guys know James Bulger. Here's a picture right here. I've mentioned this story. I think I told you that story on my murder cases part 2. Episode 2. I think I've mentioned that. The story of James Bulger. It's really bad. It's a really bad video. I feel like deleting that video, really, because it's rubbish quality, and the Google Translate, you guys pretty much can't hear the Google Translate talking. But, yeah. Anyways, let's go on with the video. For those people who don't know who James Bulger is, James Bulger, he was 2. He was a 2-year-old boy from Liverpool. And his birthday is March 16th, 1990. That means if he's still alive today, he'll be 28 years old, 29 in March. He was 2 years old and he went shopping with his mum to buy something, I don't know, some shopping things on a shopping list. You know, when you go shopping, you need a shopping list, yeah, all the stuff you need. Anyways, she was looking at some random shops like JD Sports, I'm not sure JD Sports exists, or Waitrose, John Lewis, Tesco's, or it's a mall. That mall was big. It's like Westfields, yeah, a bit like Westfields, and it's quite busy back at the time. I think it was busy, and yeah, she went shopping with his mum, and then they went to this butcher shop to buy some meat. Yeah, to buy some meat. Then the mum basically let go of James's hand for just like a second to reach into her purse and get her purse out, to get her money out to pay for the meat. Now, according to the story, people say that James actually walked out of the shop and he was just standing there. Yeah, he walked out of the shop. You know what 2-year-olds do, and he wasn't in a buggy as well, so he might have run out the shop. That's what kids do. You can't blame the kid. That's what kids do. They run out, do crazy stuff. But this kid, he just went out the shop and just wait for his mum, I guess. And then 2 boys came. These boys, they were like my brother's age, I believe. They're like 10. They're 10 years old. And then they went toward. They found James. And they pretty much went up to him and just started to talk to him. They're like distracting him, saying, you know, they're saying, come on, I got something to show you. I got something to show you. And he just went. James just went with the boys. And then, after, back in the butcher shop, as the mum was paying for the stuff, she looked down and realised that her son is gone. And then all the people were saying, oh, he's outside, he's outside. And then she ran outside, not there. This is where she started freaking out. She started to flip out. She started panicking. Her son's missing. She looked all over the shop. Everyone started helping. Couldn't find him. They even called on the intercom. The mum went to the security guards to tell the security that her son's missing. She gave him like a description of what he was wearing, what his hair colour, skin colour, eye colour, his clothing that he was wearing, and yeah, and he went through the CCTV to find the kid, and this is what they saw. Here it is right here. They saw two boys. One of them's holding James's hand and the other one's right above James. And this is where people get like a sigh of relief. Like saying, oh, he's with two boys. They must have, taken him. They must have heard the intercom and taken him back to his mum. Or, they must be like, oh, they're trying to find his mum or something like that. That's what everyone thought. It's like a big sigh of relief that he's with two boys. They can't like harm the kid, can't hurt the kid. But if it's like a grown-up or someone my age, yeah, that's going to be trouble. It's going to be a problem. But he's with two 10-year-olds, so it's not going to be a big deal, really. He's with two 10-year-olds. He's safe. That's what people think. But they're wrong. Which is the next one. While the boys took James outside, they took him like a 2.5 mile walk across Liverpool. And then they went to the canal. As they took him to a canal. And this is where, basically telling James to look at the water or something. Like, look at the water. And obviously James didn't want to look at the water. And the boys keep telling him, like, look at the water, look at the water. He didn't look at the water. And then this is where the boys became livid, like madness, going crazy. Like, they took James there. According to the interview, they said that they lifted James up and then pretty much dropped him. They dropped him on his head. And he suffered injuries to his face. And that's when I read that pretty much made me, maybe it touched me here when I heard it. And then, James was on the floor, yeah. He was crying, he was screaming. He was in pain, and the boys pretty much took him, pretty much dragged him. They're horrible bastards. And then they grabbed him and they pretty much dragged him across Liverpool, and he was crying, yeah. He was actually bleeding as well. He had like a bump on his head as well. And this is where 38. This is the part that really pisses me off. They were seen by 38 people, and none of them intervened with him. None of them intervened, went up to him and say, hey, what's wrong? But one person did went up and said, hey, why is the boy crying? Why had a bump on his head? Why is he bleeding? And the boys got their story ready. They said like, oh, that kid right there, oh, he's my little brother. I'm just going to take him home. Because, you know what they like. Little brothers getting picked on by the older brothers there. That's what they think. They're like, oh, he's my little brother. I'm just going to take him home because he doesn't like going walks. He hates going for a walk. Yeah, that's what they said. I think the witnesses said, oh, okay, have fun. Or something like that. And then just went off. They were horrible. They were kicking him. They kicked him out of a busy roundabout, I believe. They were dragging him. He was crying. I actually read one of the stories and it said that some lorry driver, he was at a traffic light stop and then he looked out the window and he saw the child on the floor crying, and one of the boys started kicking him repeatedly. And as the green light came, as he was driving off, he looked at the mirror and he was watching them as they're driving, and one of the boys with a black jacket on. He actually kicked him in the ribs, which is painful and disgusting, really. Kicked him in the ribs, and can you imagine the boy's reaction? He must be in pain. The poor little boy's in pain, you know. They kicked him hard in the ribs. What the frick? Anyways, before I get triggered, I'll keep telling you the story. Then the boys took him to a pet shop, which they were ejected. And then the boys came a little bored, a little tired, yeah. And then another witness came, and they said, "Hey," same thing as the previous one. "Hey, why is the boy crying? Why is he bleeding? Why does he have a bump on his head?" And the boys got the story ready. They said that the boy was lost. The boy was lost, and they're taking him to the police station, and they basically asked for directions. And the witness gave him like directions where the police station is, and they went to the way to the police station, but they did not went to the police station. The boys, as they're getting bored, the boy was crying still, and they don't know what to do with him. And then one of them said, "Hey, let's put him on the railway track. No one will see us, and we'll beat him up, and we'll kill him there." So that's what they did. They opened the door. They took him to the railway line, and this is where things get brutal. Yeah, the boys threw blue modelling paint, which they just shoplifted. Yeah, they went shoplifting at the mall. They pretty much took some paint out of the pocket, opened it up, and they flicked it at James's eye. And after they shoved it in they splattered it on his eye, and it was his left eye, guys. After they flicked his eye, they were kicking him, they were stomping on him, they threw bricks at him, they threw stones at him, and they shoved batteries up his mouth. Now, I'm not sure what batteries they use. I'm not sure if it's a AA, but they're batteries. They're batteries. They shoved batteries up in his mouth. And then, as the boy was on the floor, because you know what he's like, he's in pain still, and the boy's got this big iron bar, went over his head, and it just dropped it on him. Dropped him right on his head. And that pretty much like knocked him out unconscious. Yeah, he was unconscious. Now, the next part gets very scary. Now, before I get to the scary part, I'm going to tell you how many injuries he's had. James has suffered 10 skull fractures. Yeah, because remember, he's only 2 years old. His skull ain't that tough, you know. His skull ain't like solid like our skulls, like adult skulls. There, he's a child. He has a very delicate skull, so I know he has a lot of skull fractures. And he suffered 42 injuries in total. Right, on James's face, he has 22 bruises, split wounds, cuts and stuff, and grazes. The right side of his skull was shattered, yeah, it's fractured. So that poor little boy, yeah, he must be in a lot of pain, yeah. I cannot think about how much pain he's in. But he must be in excruciating pain, that little boy. Alright, the next part is quite scary. So if you don't want to hear it, feel free to leave the video. If you don't want to hear this video, just feel free to leave. Okay. So, if you don't want to hear the next story is very scary and gruesome, so I recommend leaving the video. Or, just go to this time here. Okay, ready? Right, for those people who are here still, they laid James's body on the railway tracks. They weighed his head down with rubble, because they think that when he wakes up he's gonna escape. But no, he's pretty much like according to the pathologist, he's pretty much dead at the point. He's like dead. So they weighed his head down with rubble, and the boys went home. Like nothing happened. As they went home, a train came, and the train ran over him, hit him, and his body was cut in half. Cut in 2 pieces. Now that is disgusting and it's gruesome. When I read that story, I nearly cried. His body was severed in 2. And now on Valentine's Day, his body was found. And this is when Crime Watch started to like find the boys who killed him. Now they're finding for the killer now. At first they're gonna find James, and then once his body was found, they're gonna find the killer. Because they found him, so now they find the person who killed him. The boys were caught. Yeah? And as they told them their ages, they were 10 years old. This is when Liverpool goes bananas. They go crazy. They were like going mental. They're throwing stuff at the vans. They're banging on the vans. They were like shouting curse words, swearing at them, calling them bastards or whatever. Hang the bastards, kill the bastards, hang them, hang them. They were shouting at them in the police vans as they were going. They were angry. And as they were in court, the boys didn't talk during the trial. Oh, that's my dog. The boys were caught during the trial, and they pleaded them guilty of the abduction and the murder of James. Yeah, and when they sentenced them, and this is the part that really pisses me the fuck off right now. The one that really pisses me off is the sentencing. They were sentenced to 8 years in prison. Like, what the fuck? For murder. You're gonna sentence the killers of James, to 8 years behind bars. Why? Because if that was me, I'll be doing time. I'll be sentenced to like, I don't know, life in prison, 25 years in prison. I'll be doing time in prison, and when I come out of jail, I'll be like all wrinkly, all grey hair. I'll come out with grey hair, all wrinkles. They were sentenced to 8 years. And when they turned 18 years old, they were released on new identities. Who the hell sentenced a killer to 8 years? That's not long enough. I don't care if they're 10. I don't care if they're 10. Because if that was me, like I said, I'll be doing time in prison. I mean, and also about the story, I heard that the boys' parents, they split up. They split up. They were abusive and stuff. And they played truant. They were pissing about in school. They were ditching school. They were truant in school. They're meant to be staying in school. They're meant to stay in school. And this happened on a Friday. They're meant to stay in school, bruv. You've got weekend. You're meant to stay your ass in school. I never played truant when I was 10. I never played truant. I stayed in school. You're 10 years old. Well, that's like what? In year 5, year 6, year 5? Bruh. All you're meant to be doing is bloody study. Not kidding a bloody 2-year-old. And also I heard on Loose Women about James and are taken back to Strand, back to the shopping centre, and taken back to his mum, and I'll tell his mum the story, what those boys are going to do to him. I'll get a reward. I'll be a hero. And also the documentary I saw on bloody BBC iPlayer. That made me sick as well. The bloody documentary I've seen on my telly. Yeah. It's not that long. It's like 30 minutes long. And, yeah, that made me sick as well. Anyways, that's the end of my rant. I'm gonna turn the camera off right now. Because I'm so pissed off right now. It winds me up. This story winds me up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy my videos. It's been Tarzan 5 the Tube Spotter. More London Underground videos are coming up after next week. Next week, Monday. Wait, not Monday? I don't know. I don't know when my train videos are coming, but they're on its way. So, hope you guys enjoyed my video. Tarzan 5 the Tube Spotter. Please subscribe, like the video. Don't forget, follow Denise Fergus and Stuart and the James Bulger charity. Please follow them. Just do it. And I'll catch you later. See you guys next time. Rest in peace, little James.